For the second time, the late adopter. Hello guys, welcome to the Bitcoin Daily on a Saturday, not 9 a.m. Central European time, not Monday to Friday, but you know, stuff goes, stuff happens. It's Saturday and Sunday, you know, it's a little bit chill. We gotta wait for people to wake up. So there's that. How's everybody doing in the chat? I see everybody screaming that there was no sound. So, you know, there's that. Hope everybody is doing well. We don't have a lot of time. I gotta go. The kid has this, you know, football cup or something like that. So we need to go in like 15-20 minutes or something like that. So, you know, intro has a sound, you don't. So there is that. Okay, guys. That said, we're gonna look at what's happening in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been dumping towards downside. There is some kind of, you know, line down here that we are expecting this to whoa, down there. Nope, that's not gonna happen. We don't believe that we're gonna go down to minus 3,000. On the other hand, we do expect, you know, a move above after a while. So if you look at this line over here, technically we got, if we, you know, it depends on how low we go over here. We got all the way up to something like October or something like that to exit this towards upside. Of course, this can always push down, but you know, we are getting pretty close to actually breaking this major resistance level up here. Once this major resistance level is broken, we might create this, you know, pivot point that I've been actually talking about. Now, this trend up here is not yet broken towards upside over here, so you know, we got a little bit more time. I think a little bit more time. That said, I have not done any kind of analysis today. I, you know, kind of woke up, didn't do anything, didn't look at the charts. I was like, and I was on Telegram. I didn't actually, you know, plan to having a stream or anything like that. But you know, Marco was like, stream today, and I was like, yeah, okay, why not? And then we started the stream. So you know, I need to look at the charts, and you guys want to know what's happening. So I thought we can do that together and figure out what's gonna happen. I have a little bit different channels than yours. Yeah, I'm a little bit, you know, these channels over here, you know, they might be, you know, same, different, doesn't matter, but you know, it does hit it down here and up here and up there and up there, and you know, it's kind of channel, and it's holding nicely here, but it's not holding nicely. There's definitely a different kind of channel than this one up here, but we broke, technically, you know, this big trend over here is not broken, but this small trend over here is broken. Doesn't matter how you draw it like this. If you look at something like this is actually technically broken, and if you look at it like this can actually continue dumping all the way to something like 10k if it wants to do that, of course. If it wants to do that, it can continue dumping to 10k or something like that. But this trend over here is broken, so you know, some kind of downtrend is broken. So this capitulation phase over here, we went kind of sideways, broke this towards the upside, retest that right now, climbing a little bit up over here, have a nice move towards downside. You know, whether we're gonna go all the way down there and retest this again or not, that kind of depends. But I don't know. I don't feel that there is any kind of need for that to do that. Now, I was wrong, as you saw in the title. It says I was wrong. Sowwy, I did not mean to be the bad guy, but you know, stuff happens. We did break this on the downside, this on the daily, this on 2-day time frame. On the daily time frame, we did break it on the downside, this trend over here, which is quite actually devastating. This, you know, if you want to call it a bear flag, you know, call it a bear flag, but you know, this bear flag over here is pretty devastating as well. Let's put it all the way up. Now it goes all the way down to, you know, 11-12k. Are we gonna go down to 12k, guys? Are we gonna go down to 12k based on this bear flag over here? You know, it kind of depends. Because you can see right now, just copy this so you know, everybody can see it. This you know, start of the flag, and then you know, from the top to the bottom, it does, you know, seem to be the target. It's not from this top up here, it's from the channel top up there. What are we gonna hit, you know, 12k or not? You know, I don't know, guys. I don't think that's gonna happen. I was wrong before. I was wrong in this move up here, that we're gonna break this towards the upside. We never did that, you know, so it can definitely happen. I do not think that's actually the case still, although we are breaking very important level of support. We even broke this support on the downside right here, and now we are retesting this as resistance. You know, we still got certain levels on the downside that you know, might actually help us you know, keep up. You see down here around 19k, give or take. there's a lot of support down here on these bottoms down here. So right now that we are breaking these levels up here, we got a lot of support around 90k. Only breaking down below 19k or something like that might be actually devastating for the price. But if you for whatever reason do not go down there and just bounce off over here, this is actually very, very bullish for the price. I might expect it to climb back above the trend line and then continue towards the upside. So the best case scenario for us right now, it's not actually to go down to 19k, but actually to bounce pretty hard towards the upside. That will show you know, a lot of bullishness in the price. I don't expect this, you know, to just you know, keep on dumping down to 12k or something like that, something like crazy, or even below down there. I expect some kind of moves towards upside, downside, you know, if you're gonna go down, or maybe towards the upside up here. But you know, it is quite a devastating move towards downside, and this move towards the upside is not actually playing out that well. So the best case scenario, you know, it's not the best case scenario, but you know, it would be very nice if you get a, you know, big green candle towards the upside here. But I don't see the, you know, that price is doing actually anything to show that that's gonna happen. You can see here we have been pushed down pretty heavily towards the downside over here. Right now bouncing a little bit, but there is not much buying over here. There is not much buying over here. Even on the 1 hourly time frame, it looks like it's some kind of exhaustion pattern. Might be some kind of channel over here. Let me draw the channel pretty quick. This 1 hourly time frame, give or take, something like this over here might be some kind of channel. Maybe up here, maybe this is a better channel up here, something like this over here, and maybe we're right now doing this exhaustion channel up here towards downside, and then, you know, break this towards the upside eventually. So we can definitely still do another move towards downside. Yesterday I was also talking about it on a daily time frame. We usually create some kind of wicks on the downside, and there has been 2 wicks on the downside down here, but they are so small. You can see that they are actually on the dollar together, both are down there. So this happened just before the daily close, and then we create a slight wick on downside and bounced off of that. Now on the 2-day time frame, we do have a lot bigger wick on the downside over here, and even the 2-day time frame, just like everything else, they do create a lot of wicks on the downside. This 2-day chart over here is going to close in 14 hours. So tonight this is going to close, and then we got 2 days left, you know, for a new move to maybe towards the upside. So maybe, just maybe, on a 2-day chart, let me see up here, maybe if we can hold this level up here. Wait, there we go. Maybe if you can, you know, bounce on the 2-day chart above this level up here, and then, you know, in the next 2 days maybe climb towards upside. That might actually show some kind of support towards upside. So we're gonna see that, but you know, we still got 14 hours left. Now once we close, I'm expecting first move. So in 14 hours I still expect some kind of move towards downside again first. I don't know how big this week is gonna be, and then towards upside. If you're gonna get some kind of, you know, bottom over here, right, on the 2-day chart. But you can see here it can happen that we don't have any kind of wick as well. You know, we just start going towards the upside. But oftentimes the wick does happen. Let's go to 4-hourly time frame. We had increase in speed over here. Something like this up here, give or take, maybe down here, give or take. Yeah, something like this up here. Let's make a channel out of this. Something like this. There was some kind of, you know, channel movement, and we broke that towards downside. We tried to bounce up here, right now going on downside. But right now what I'm thinking is we are creating a new move, or pivot point up here. So we're going down here, creating a pivot point. Now this pivot point will create a new channel towards downside over here or something like that, and then, you know, we need to break it. But right now it just, you know, that cat bounced the way I see it, and I expect another move towards downside eventually. So we're gonna see when that another move towards downside is gonna come. It's not quite yet there. Let's look at a little bit moving averages up here on the chart. What's happening on 1 hour is not that important. What's happening on the daily is important, and what you're gonna see here is that we are below all of the moving averages on all time frames. Not on all time, below all the moving averages on daily time frame. We actually pretty heavily fell below the 50 moving average. We are very oversold towards downside. On the 2-day chart over here, we fell also. We hit this 50 moving average and then fell through that as well. On the weekly time frame, we are right now, we still got 1 day and 15 hours left for this candle up here, but what you're gonna see here is that we are heavily being pushed towards downside. Now I'm expecting next week for this candle up here, next week this 20 moving average to be somewhere down here at 21.3 or something like that. So if you look at the chart right now, that's the kind of the price that we are holding, give or take, down here. So maybe that's what we're trying to do, hold the 10 moving average on the weekly time frame. We also got a support line right below us down there at 21k, give or take, maybe something like this. That might actually hold. So it is kind of devastating move towards downside. It's a bearish engulfing candle, a red candle on the weekly time frame below the 200 and the 10 moving average. Hello. But you know, it is quite bad move, but it's kind of normal move. Any kind of, you'll see these moving averages on any kind of time frame. Let me show you on the 5-minute time frame. Maybe, you know, I can find some examples of that. Over here, for example, you can see the moving averages go down, we get above it, but then we go below it again. That's not actually that good example. Let me find a bigger move towards downside. Over here, nah, forget about it. Let's just go talk about the weekly. So yeah, it is a bad move, but it's nothing is closed yet. So weekly is not, monthly is not closed yet, even though we got 11 days left. We are pushing back below the 50 moving average, but it's not closed. So, you know, it's still open, anything can happen. Weekly, we still got 1 day and 15 hours left. Yes, we are down below, but you know, it's kind of normal move over here, because these moving averages are a little bit still extended towards downside. So we try to go up, you're not going up too fast up here, we just, you know, going down a little bit while this is coming down, then maybe zigzag up here, then break the 20 moving average and then go towards the upside. So you know, we are, you know, everybody knew that, you know, the move down is gonna come, but I was actually thinking that we're gonna go a little bit higher towards the upside before we actually get a move towards downside. So I was expecting some kind of you know, some kind of break up here, you know, some kind of week towards maybe 28k, give or take, and then move down. So I'm expecting this, you know, moved something like this. That's why I was a little bit more bullish than maybe I should have been. But this candle is still not closed, so nothing is done yet. 2 daily time frame also, 14 hours left, not closed yet. The only thing that actually is closed is this daily candle up here, but you know, it's the first sign of weakness on the bigger time frame. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. I wouldn't consider this, you know, any way, shape or form right now, any kind of move to some kind of low levels down here. If you look at some kind of indicators down here, let's go to the weekly, start with the weekly time frame. You'll see that we are still very much over, so, you know, down at some kind of 33 levels up here. On the weekly RSI, which are pretty low, and although this can definitely right now push us even lower towards downside, we are very low. We also got the bullish cross up here on the weekly time frame. This does sometimes happen. You can see up here we got the bullish cross up here and then right back down again, and right now we're getting that same thing again. We got a bullish cross, but are we gonna go right down again for the second time? I'm a little bit unsure about that. Also, the price over here is continuing towards downside while the momentum is going towards upside, so the weakness in the price is already showing. So I don't know, I'm still not on the bandwagon down to, you know, some kind of 12k or something like that. I think this is just gonna go a little bit down here, you know, zigzag and then continue towards the upside. No oversold levels on the weekly or the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, there was hugely oversold levels down here, so we are trying to bounce. You can see down here hugely oversold levels. This is 2014. Every single one of these capitulation phases go all the way down to the bottom down there, and right now we are, you know, we had oversold levels. But on weekly time frame, there is no oversold levels. 2-day time frame, let's see up here, there is a little bit, you know, oversold, but not that much. But on daily time frame, we have been pretty extended towards downside. So you can see these oversold levels on the daily time frame do not happen that often, though. Do not happen that often. You know, some very special occasions, you know, some kind of bottoms, but right now we are there. On the 4 hourly, we have been extremely oversold. and that's why we are bouncing a little bit now over here. You can see that these levels came all the way down to these extreme oversold levels, and right now we are bouncing a little bit. So this oversold levels on the 4-hourly has already happened, and we have been all the way down to some kind of 13 levels on the downside, you know, so we bounced off of that, but the price doesn't show any kind of strength just yet. So, you know, I think there is more zigzag and down movement to come. Over here, I don't think this is quite done yet, but this is a little bit oversold, so, you know, we might try to, you know, go a little bit up first before we do another move towards the downside. Overall, guys, I was wrong on the move towards the upside up here. Did never happen. The move towards the upside never happened, but I still don't believe, you know, in any kind of 12K or anything like that. Lowest I believe in is, you know, retesting these lows down here. But I'm a little bit unsure whether we're gonna do that as well, because I do know that people do want to buy. There's buy orders all the way down there, you know. So how much can I actually push the price down? That kind of depends. That kind of depends. But also, of course, again, liquidity is below 70K or, you know, 18K, 19K down here. So, you know, they might want to push it down here quickly to pick up this liquidity and then go towards the upside. I mean, that can happen. So, you know, we could have a move towards downside because of the liquidity, but we already picked up a whole bunch of liquidity up here. So a little bit unsure about it, but I think definitely there are people that are wanting to buy cheap, and right now they're getting this option of buying cheap. So maybe this is, you know, secondary accumulation phase before the move towards the upside. Anyways, guys, I'm not bearish at all. I mean, it is nice dump, but the dump came from the top towards certain support levels, right? It's not like, you know, there is difference up here, right? We are at some kind of top, and then we had a dump, right? There's a difference, and then there is a difference when you have a move towards downside and then you dump from the bottom, right? Dumping from the bottom and dumping from the top are two totally different things. Oftentimes you will see, for example, rising wedges where you dump from the top, right? Then you just go down a little bit, consolidate, and you continue going towards the upside. It's very, very normal, right? Now, the worst thing is if you got some kind of falling wedge and then you dump from the bottom towards the downside, which increases the speed, of course. So this move down here that just happened right now, we dumped from the top. We did not dump from the bottom, right? There is difference. You'll also see up here at the top, up here over here, although the move was very bad and stuff like that, it wasn't that bad. I mean, this can always, you know, go towards upside. People still keep the optimism up, right? But when we came down here, all right, when it came down here, we are no longer dumping from the top over here, or, you know, we are dumping from the bottom. That's why this is so bad, because you're dumping from the bottom. And right now we are not dumping from the bottom, we are dumping from the top. The bottom is down here at 18K, so, you know, only if you go down here something like this and then start dumping, now that's gonna be very, very bad news, right? So this move towards downside, although it is bad, it's, you know, normal bad news. Drunken gave away 1 membership to the late up. Thanks, man, appreciate that. I don't know who got that, but, you know, cheers, mate, appreciate that. Drunken giving away free memberships to the people, educating the people. It looks like a bear flag. Samarella was bull trap, sorry guys. It was only a joke, come on, I'm not funny anymore now. Stuff happens, I expect a drop, but not that aggressive. Okay guys, I don't have much time to actually talk with the chat. I gotta go right now. I just want to, you know, can check in the group. Yeah, so you're thinking this midline here at 21.3. Now it could hold. I mean, it kind of went sideways up here, so it could definitely bounce off of that. We're gonna see. I know that a lot of people are definitely in panic right now. They are again calling for low levels like 10K, 12K, you know, 15K, whatever the K, right? They're definitely calling for that again. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. Could be this one over here. That's a back down here at 15, 16K. It could be some other line down here, maybe something like this up here. That's around you know, 17.8K. Depends on how you draw the channel, of course. You know, there's different ways actually to draw this. Maybe something like this down here a little bit. This looks a little bit more adjust. Something like this, you know. We might fall onto maybe 90k and bounce off that. Let's look at this on the daily time frame. Use this down here and use this over there, and then use maybe this up there. It looks like we actually broke that through. Doesn't matter. There's different ways you can actually draw this line. Don't respect, these channels don't respect midline. The bottom was already in the last month. Maybe it is. Anyways, guys, Škoda la Škoda. Fiken got a membership from Drunken. Congratulations, Škoda la Škoda. Škoda la Škoda. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later. Okay, guys? Bye-bye. Join Qcoin.